public healthcare services. Public healthcare services. Are the primary healthcare centers. Primary health centers. So there are the three levels of the primary health centers are there. In villages, there are the dispensaries are there. Dispensaries are there which are providing as medicines at a cheaper cost, at a low cost or a free of cost. Such primary health centers are focused on issues like as a infant immunization, vaccination, anti-epidemic to aware the people regarding various communicable and non-communicable disease, the methods of the birth control and medical care for the pregnancy and childbirth in rural India and emergency. Such kind of facilities are given by the primary health centers in rural areas. Second level of the public healthcare centers are public healthcare centers are at the districts. There are the civil hospitals are there. Civil hospitals are there. Such civil hospitals are managing the health facilities in districts. And there are the third urban centers. Urban centers, they are also having some community centers. Some of the community centers which are providing as the specialized intensive care units and advanced diagnostic supportive services. And they are also providing as a specialized medical professionals. Specialized medical professionals. So the public healthcare services, they are work because of these hospitals and health centers are established by the government. They are established by the government. Second, the resources needed to run these services are obtained from the money. They are obtained from the money. That money which has released by the government and collected from the taxes. It is meant to provide the quality healthcare services either free or at a low cost, so that even the poor can seek the treatment. Another important function of a public health services is to take action to prevent the spread of a disease. To spread of a disease like as a tuberculosis, diarrhea, malaria, jaundice, cholera, chikungunya in localities. These services have to be organized by the government with the participation of people, otherwise they would not be effective. For example, when taking up a campaign to see that the mosquitoes do not breed in water coolers, rooftops, etc., this has to be done with the cooperation of the common people. People are start to make as the hygienic environmental conditions and not to fill the such rainwater in open pots which are basically lies in our rooftop. Clear? Public sector ownership is divided between as a central and a state. Central government and the state governments are both collectively responsible for the public healthcare services. Public healthcare services. Next are there the private healthcare services. Private healthcare services. Next are the private health facilities. Private health facilities. Private health facilities. So private health facilities, the private health sector is a major healthcare provider in both urban and rural India. India has a wide range of private health facilities. In the rural areas, the RMP doctors are there, registered medical practitioners are there, These are not as the specialized doctors, but they are procured the people from the various common disease like as the diarrhea, temperature, cough, cold. From such number of a disease, they protected the people and giving them the medicines. Second, in urban areas, they have a large number of doctors who run their own private clinics. They are basically known for the specialized. They are the specialized in fields. There are a large number of privately owned hospitals, nursing homes, and chemist shops. Urban areas have many sophisticated, well-equipped laboratories which provide facilities for medical tests, X-ray, ultrasound, ECG, etc. So variety of the services, they are the targeted, they are provided in such areas. They are provided in urban areas. What are the negative factors, the disadvantages of a private healthcare centers? First, they are run by the individuals or the large companies that run chains of the hospitals for the profits. They do not work for the welfare. They do not work for the welfare. First one. Second one, unlike the public government hospitals, they are not free. They are run mainly for the profit, and they are extremely expensive and not affordable by the majority of people. The large scale of a population, they can't be afford such expensive hospitals. They deny access to the poor. They do not work on the principle of equality in healthcare. And fourth one, in order to earn more money, private services sometimes encourage the practices that are incorrect, illegal, such as prescribing unnecessary medicines, injections, or saline bottles which are not required to the patients. So disadvantages of a public healthcare services. Over the years, there is a steady increase in the usage of private healthcare facilities. The main reason for the popularity of a private health services as the long queues in the public hospitals. In a governmental hospitals, there are the long queues out there. A large number of the poorer patients, they are waiting for their turn in the public. That's why the private healthcare centers are growing at a very speedy manner in a present. Poor quality of a care in a public hospitals led to the rise of the private healthcare centers, which are providing the better quality of a health facilities and the distant locations. Most of the public healthcare centers are located at the far away areas. These are not available in a remote regions. So in such of the areas, the private healthcare centers are the basic option which are providing as the health services at the doorstep. Private health services, on the other hand, are located in every neighborhood. Private hospitals are equipped with the latest state-of-art equipment and facilities. They are easily approachable and give instant services with least waiting periods. Some of them are super specialty hospitals providing the facilities like as a five-star hotels, like as the Satyam hospitals in a hospital in Jalandhar, or as the Joshi Hospital, Capital Hospital, Shriman Hospital. They are providing as the better quality of a health facilities, but these are the very expensive health facilities to the individual. Though the health is a state subject, certain responsibilities also fall on the central government. For example, the policy making, planning, guiding, assisting, evaluating, checking, all these are the responsibility of the central government, to which the health facilities, it should be as approachable to the everyone. It should be approachable to everyone. This is as a responsibility of the central government. Next, our topic as the healthcare and equality. Is there health care facilities are equally given to all? No. These are not equally given to all. These are not equally given to all. When we are talking about the private and the public healthcare services, these are not affordable for the all. So they are not following as a idea of equality. But despite some of the various ambitious healthcare policies of the central and state governments, the people in the rural areas and the poor in the urban areas are not getting the satisfactory healthcare facilities. The reason is that the number of the best or a better healthcare centers, their deficiency is existed. For example, AIIMS in Delhi, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS in Delhi, and PGI in Chandigarh. PGI in Chandigarh. PGI in Chandigarh. So such kind of healthcare centers are desirable in a, it should be as a opened in a other parts of the countries also. In other parts of a country, such kind of a better healthcare services provided by the government in a public sector, it should be also opened in a other parts of the country, through which the people they can access towards such healthcare centers and protect themselves from exploitation by the private healthcare centers. Private healthcare centers which are charging us more money. So there is a big rural and urban divide in healthcare services. People in rural areas have to travel long distances to reach primary health centers, which are lies for the which are present for the 5 to 10 villages as a commonly. The primary health centers are ill-equipped. There are the proper equipments are not present. Even as a doctors, they are visiting only once in a week. That is also the quality of such services is low graded. They lack the facilities like the ambulance, blood banks, pathological labs. Even the seriously sick people have to travel in a bullock cart to reach the nearest medical centers from the in a remote areas. In mountainous areas, they have to visit to the, they can approach towards primary health centers through the bullock cart because of the poor economies, not developed means of transport. They suffer from the malnutrition because of the poverty and the ignorance. They are not having as a proper diet, which has caused to the stagnant or the poor growth of children and family members. Rural areas lack of proper sanitation and clean drinking water. These conditions are excellent breeding grounds for diseases. In fact, they are the people who need the medical attention the most. So what should the government to do for the such kind of a situation? To tackle the such kind of situation, what can the government do? What can the government do? What should the government do? The important task of the government is that to allocate the sufficient funds from their budgets to look after the rural areas where the 65% of the Indian population lives and provide an affordable healthcare services to the urban poor too also at the doorstep also. Our country needs the able-bodied people. A sick or unhealthy population is a burden on the entire society. If the people are not healthy, if the people are not healthy, they can't contribute in a economy. They can't contribute in economy by production of goods and services. By production of goods and services, government has to take as the initiative through which it should be as provide the such healthcare services at the doorstep in every locality. So because those economies, those societies where people are not healthy, they are the burden on those which are producing the goods. In our country, below 15 years age group, if a child has doing the work is illegal, clear. 60 years is the age limit. Till that age, a person if can do the work. Means 15 to 59 age group. 15 to 59 age group. And those which are under the 15 years of age or above the 60 years of age, they are dependent on a 15 to 59 age group which are doing the work, which are producing the things. But if our 15 to 59 age group people, they are not healthy, then who will produce the things? Who will work in an agriculture field? Who will work in industries? It will be as a directly influence the country's economy, our society. Clear? So related with the health in our chapter, there are the two case studies are there. Two case studies are there. In 2002, the Kerala was declared number one state in regard to the medical facilities and easy accessibility. Kerala's success in achieving the basic healthcare results from a rapid expansion of medical facilities. In this state. So people here have a better access to the health services. The reason for this success is the Kerala health is the reason the expansion of medical facilities in this state. The reason for this success is the Kerala healthcare model adopted in 1996. Model accepted by the government of Kerala in 1996, due to which there was a rapid expansion of medical facilities. In 1990s, the government health facilities in Kerala had deteriorated, low graded. Only the 30% of even the poorest groups sought help from public sector hospitals. Primary health centers in many communities, PSCs in many communities were underutilized. As per the population in rural areas, the health facilities were not adequate in 1990s of Kerala. Clear? First point. Second one, both safe drinking water and sanitation facilities remained inaccessible to a great proportion of the population. In 1996, the Kerala's People Campaign for the Decentralized Planning was launched, and the state government of Kerala decided to allot 40% of the entire state budget. 40% of the total entire state budget. It procured to the panchayats. This helped the village panchayats to look after the needs of the village people, such as water, food, health, and education. To achieve the public participation, Gram Sabhas were organized in every ward. Panchayats prepared the development reports on health. List of the new projects was drawn. Water supply schemes were checked. The working of schools and the Anganwadis was ensured, and specific problems of the village were deal by the panchayats. This resulted in a major, effective, and desirable spending priorities in health during the next 5 years. Primary health centers were improved. Block hospitals were made better equipped. Physicians and community activists work together. One of the most important areas of the improvements was the Taluka hospitals, where the block panchayats put in equipment and local committees provided the volunteers labor which providing as the health services in remote areas. Despite these efforts, the problems of a shortage of doctors, medicines, and insufficient hospitals, beds, etc., still need to be tackled. To these facilities, the government of Kerala interlinked with the panchayats, and such panchayats responsible for the providing the healthcare facilities to the people at the doorstep. Providing the healthcare facilities to people at the doorstep. So till there any doubts? Yes, bache. Till there any doubts? If you are having any other questions till there, you can ask. Yes, Bhavya. Yes, bache.